Hello, ladies. How is everyone today? Um, I'm just coming at you with a little blog on online dating. I've been doing some of these here lately, and I decided to come at you today with one about specs and specifications. And don't be freaked out. I'm wearing lipstick. This is something I regularly don't do, but I love this color. And it's from Manic Panic. It doesn't even have a name. It's just called MP003. I love it. It's given to me by my sister-in-law a while back, and I love purple on brown skin. It's just beautiful. Um, but I'm gonna talk to you today about specifications, specs, when it comes to online dating, and how specific should you be? Um, you know, I have a husband, and of course you all know that. And he's an engineer, and he does a lot with specs. He makes parts for airplanes, or helps to make sure that those parts are made right for airplanes. And so when he does that, he writes a lot of specs. He reads a lot of specs, and he needs to make sure things are exact and precise. Because if they aren't, in all likelihood, they will get bad parts that will be rejected or parts sent back, or they'll get in trouble with the folks they're supplying parts to. And they supply parts to the military and to Boeing for airplanes. So that's what he does. And when I thought about doing this, I thought about him and specifications and how important it is that he have the right specifications for what he does, and how important it is for you to have the right, when he does specifications, the right specifications, or gets ready to do something to make sure his specifications are written correctly. You have to have a list. You have to know what it is that you're trying to make. If you go by someone else's specification, they have to know what they're trying to have you make. And when you're going out on online dating, you have to know what you're trying to find. Um, I find many women have no idea what they're looking for in another human being. It's really weird. It's the usual thoughts about what they're looking for in somebody else are so general. It's just you're like, really, that is anybody. You should be able to meet a person really easily. That's so general. I want them to be nice, and I want them to be, have a nice smile and be humorous and have green eyes or something. It's just like that's so general. It's ridiculous. And the thought is, every guy thinks he's nice. Every guy thinks he's a nice guy. Every guy thinks he's funny and humorous. Every guy thinks he's smart. Every guy thinks that. That what are you talking about? Every dude thinks that. So you have to be more specific when it comes to looking for dates when it comes to online. And you might want to use what's called a deal breakers list. Now, you don't have to, but my general thought about deal breakers lists is that they're really short. These long deal breakers lists don't work. You need a really short deal breakers list, and it can make it really easy for you to be kind of specified. When I did my online dating profile, they were usually very short. Um, I know for men and for me, it's just, telling the truth. I didn't really stop to read all the stuff on the side in the profile if I didn't like the picture. That was just the truth. If I didn't find them attractive, I didn't really care what they liked or anything. And I know that may seem kind of shady, or, but it's the truth. For most men, they want to be attracted to you. And I'm not saying this is attractive or that is not attractive. That part doesn't matter. Men are, as a group, attracted to all kinds of things. So, you don't have to look like, you don't have to look like, um, you don't have to look like Blake Lively or, Beyonce or something like that. And, that's not how men work. Men are attracted to all sorts of things. It's really weird because my husband in particular is finds Serena Williams and Mary J. Blige very good looking, and and stuff. And so that's, he likes that sort of look. And although I don't look like either one of them, I don't think. and stuff. But that's what he finds attractive. And so men, are all over the gamut, okay, and stuff. But you want to, as I said before, have nice photos, and then he'll go and decide, oh, I want to look at what she's saying, and which could be a lot of things. You can use your list, and I say a little bit about yourself. Kind of tell them what you are. If you want to give your height and weight and all that kind of stuff, you can do that. You call yourself all sorts of things. You can say that you're thin and athletic. You can say that you're curvy. You can say that you're voluptuous. And I'm not going to lie, for most men, if women say that they're voluptuous, it kind of equates to you're overweight, and that's just the truth. But some dudes don't really care about that. That's not really what they care about. But know that some men, that's what they may see that as. But it's no use saying you have an athletic body and your body isn't athletic. And I always put height, weight, proportion, because I am height, weight, proportion and stuff. Well, at the time I was, but that's what I always put, and that my height was 5'8", and I was height weight proportionate, and that was it. And I did a little description of myself, and who I was, and a little bit of background, what I liked and things like that on a personal level, and then I started talking about what I was looking for in a mate, because people really want to know what you're looking for, not just you talking about yourself. That's great, but they want to know what it is that they're trying to bring to the table, really. And I didn't really write a long paragraph. It was just kind of a regular paragraph. I didn't write a long dissertation. I don't know if most people would read that. I don't know. I'm not really sure. That wasn't my thing. If a guy had a long information on the side, I wasn't interested in reading out that. And if people gave too much information, it kind of freaked me out. There were two things that freaked me out. If you didn't give hardly any information, and if you gave too much. Now, tell you the truth, I would have went with less information than more. But that's my thing. Sometimes dudes would give you long, and that was just weird to me, because you don't know me, and I don't share all this kind of personal information with people I don't know, and I find it weird when people do, um, and stuff, especially on something like an online dating site. But I give the information that I wanted about the guy, and yes, I could go on about how I wanted him to. I was never a person that was like with weight or this or that. I always said I just wanted a tall guy, and because I'm 5'8", I was never specific about height, and you have to be careful about being specific about height. Most men are between 5'9" and 5'11", and so if I was telling somebody I wanted 6'2" or 6'3", I was probably not going to get any interest, and stuff. And so I just said I wanted tall. And with 5'8", tall could be, 5'9". I mean, I've actually dated men that were 5'9" and stuff. My husband just happens to be 6'4". But, I wasn't, the height thing didn't matter. That wasn't a big deal. I just said tall in general and stuff, and kind of height, weight, proportionate, which just meant, hey, height, weight, proportionate. You don't need to look like The Rock or anything like that. So I kept it really general in the sense of what I wanted him to look like. I didn't say he needed blue eyes or brown eyes or dark hair. Like, all that stuff, who cares? That's just like, that's nothing. If you happen to get that, great, that's icing on the cake. But really what you're more interested in is the cake. So I would tell guys what I wanted, and what I wanted in a gentleman. Specifically, I wanted him to be college educated, and I wanted him to have a close relationship with his family and things like that. I wanted him to be compassionate and generous, and those are things that I wanted, And a good sense of humor was in there too, but those things I really, really wanted, those are things that were important in my list. I had a couple of others, but my list for deal breakers was short. It was only like 5 or 6 things. and stuff, and and I put those on there and stuff and was really specific about those. Everything else could kind of come under the general, or I was feeling pretty, I could work with it. I could, yeah, we could work with this or we could work with that. No, we didn't have to like the same music or something like that. But I'm really, music is not that. If we don't like the same music, that isn't a big deal to me. Most music that's played, I like. It's just certain groups that maybe I don't like and stuff. So we didn't have to be all like that, and stuff. I wanted someone that was career oriented and stuff like that, and and all the family stuff. And as I said before, that was important to me. So the important things I put down there, and stuff. And I know people get caught up in what the person looks like, but I'm not saying that you shouldn't go for someone you're attracted to and stuff. But attraction is so subjective. It's so subjective that don't get lost, don't miss the forest for the trees, kind of, and stuff. Yes, maybe you want somebody in really fit health, but if he doesn't look like the Rock, then yeah, maybe that should be okay, and stuff. But let's be for real. Let's be for real about who we are and what we can pull. Because I'm always real about who I am and what I could possibly pull and stuff, and who other people are. On average, most of us are just average looking people and stuff. So we're not going to get all the Brad Pitts and all that kind of stuff. We're just different degrees of average and stuff. So and personally, I think my husband is the most handsome man in the world and stuff. And as I got to know him, well, he was already handsome when I met him, but as I got to know him, he became even more handsome to me. But I got in him the things that I wanted, the things that I needed, the specific things that I needed. So because I put my specifications out there, I got specifically what I wanted from my online. I say be specific as possible. Don't make it too long. Don't make it too long. And make sure you're saying what you want. Be too general, and you'll get a million dudes, and none of them will be a good match. So I hope that helps everybody, and we'll talk again about online dating. Okay, bye.